The man who orders the same meal at 2:47 every morning seemed harmless at first. Eggs, toast, black coffee. Always polite, always alone. Until the night he showed up covered in blood and told me it was mine. My name is Casey. I work the graveyard shift at Miller's Diner on Highway 40. It's one of those 24-hour places that barely sees customers after midnight. Just truckers passing through, insomniacs, and the occasional drunk looking for coffee before driving home. I took the job 6 months ago. Needed something to pay rent while I figured out what came next. The overnight shift pays extra, and honestly, I like the quiet. No crowds, no rush. Just me, the grill, and whatever's playing on the old radio behind the counter. The diner sits alone on a stretch of highway with nothing around for miles. At night, it's just darkness and the occasional headlights cutting through. That's when I first noticed him. Week 1, Tuesday night. I was wiping down tables around 2:30 when the door chimed. A man walked in, maybe mid-40s, wearing a dark jacket and jeans. Nothing unusual about him. Average height, clean-shaven, tired eyes, like everyone else who comes in at that hour. He sat at the counter, and before I could say anything, he spoke in a quiet, measured tone. Scrambled eggs, wheat toast, black coffee, please. When I brought his food, he ate in complete silence. Didn't touch his phone, didn't read anything. Just ate methodically, taking the same amount of time between each bite. When he finished, he left exact change on the counter, $6.66, and walked out without a word. I checked the time as the door closed. 2:47 a.m. I thought nothing of it. Just another regular customer finding his routine. Week 3, Tuesday night. I was expecting him now. Had his order ready to go. 2:47, the door chimed, right on schedule. But when I looked up, my stomach dropped. He was covered in blood, not splattered soaked. His jacket, his shirt, his hands, dark red stains that looked fresh and wet. He walked to his usual seat at the counter, moving stiffly like every step hurt. I grabbed the phone under the counter, already dialing 911, my voice shaking. Jesus, are you okay? What happened? He held up one hand, palm out, stopping me. His voice was strained but urgent. Don't call anyone. I'm not hurt. Put the phone down. Please. I need to tell you something, and we don't have much time. I hesitated, phone still in my hand. You're bleeding. You need help. He shook his head slowly, wincing. It's not my blood, Casey. It's yours. My blood went cold. I hadn't told him my name. I didn't wear a name tag. I set the phone down cautiously. How do you know my name? He looked directly at me, and I saw something in his eyes that made my skin crawl. Recognition. Deep, painful recognition. He spoke quietly, each word deliberate. Because I'm you, from 6 hours in the future. At 2:47 this morning, something is gonna come through that door and kill you. I've been coming back every week trying to stop it. This is my 4th attempt, and I'm running out of time. I stared at him. My first instinct was to think this was some kind of breakdown, but something about the exhaustion in his voice, the absolute certainty, made me pause. Prove it, I said. Tell me something only I would know. He didn't hesitate. When you were 12, you found a dead cat in your backyard, Orange Tabby. You buried it behind the garage and never told your parents because you thought they'd be mad you were digging in the garden. You still think about that cat sometimes. I felt like I'd been punched. I'd never told anyone that, not a single person. He glanced at the clock. 2:38. What happens at 2:47? I asked, my voice barely steady. He spoke rapidly. I don't know what it is. It looks like a person at first, but it's not. Every time I've tried to fight it, run from it, hide from it, nothing works. It always finds you. It always kills you at exactly 2:47. I looked at the blood covering him. And that's from... His voice went hollow. 2 loops ago, I tried to fight it. It tore me apart. I died. Then I woke up back at the beginning of the shift. 2:39. 8 minutes. I made a decision. We leave. Right now. We get in my car and drive. He shook his head. Tried that. Got 15 miles down the highway. At 2:47 exactly, the car crashed. No other vehicles. No reason. Just veered off and hit a tree. I died in the wreck. Then we lock the doors. Turn off the lights. Tried that too. It came through the back door. The one that's supposed to be locked. 2:40. 7 minutes. The future version of me stood up slowly, every movement looking painful. He walked around the counter to stand next to me. When it comes through that door, I want you to run straight to the kitchen. There's a walk-in freezer in the back. Hide in there until 3:03. That's when the loop window closes. Maybe if you survive past 2:47, this breaks. What are you going to do? For the first time, something like a sad smile crossed his face. Buy you time. 2:43. 4 minutes. He positioned himself near the door. I moved toward the kitchen, every muscle tense. 2:45. 2 minutes. I watched the second hand crawl. 45 seconds. 30. 15. 2:47. The door opened. At first, I couldn't process what I was seeing. It looked like a person same height as me, same build, wearing dark clothes, face shadowed. Then I saw it clearly. It had my face, but wrong. Skin gray like week old meat. Eyes black and empty. Mouth moving like it was trying to remember how to speak. It was me. Dead. Walking. The future me didn't hesitate. He lunged forward, tackling the thing away from the counter. I ran. Through the kitchen, past the grill, straight to the walk-in freezer. I yanked the heavy door open and threw myself inside, pulling it shut. The temperature dropped instantly. Through the thick door, I heard sounds. Crashing, breaking glass, and something else, a wet, tearing noise that made my stomach turn. Then silence. I looked at my watch. 2:51. 12 more minutes. I counted every second. 3:03 finally came. I waited an extra minute, then slowly pushed the freezer door open. The kitchen was destroyed. Chairs overturned, dishes shattered. And in the middle of it all, nothing. No body, no blood, no sign of the future me or the thing that came through the door. Just an empty, wrecked diner. The clock on the wall read 3:05. I'd survived past 2:47. Morning shift manager arrived at 7, took one look at the destroyed diner and demanded to know what happened. I told him someone tried to rob the place. Trashed it when they couldn't get the register open. Ran off before I could call the cops. He bought it. I thought it was over. The loop was broken. 2 weeks later, I was cleaning out the storage closet in the back. That's when I found it. A journal. Leather-bound, worn at the edges. Hidden behind boxes that looked like they hadn't been moved in years. I opened it. My handwriting. Entry after entry in my own handwriting. The first entry was dated 10 years ago. Loop attempt number 1. Failed. Died at 2:47. Woke up at start of shift. Trying again. I flipped through pages with shaking hands. Attempt 17. Tried locking the doors. It came through the back. Attempt 34. Tried driving away. Car crashed at exactly 2:47. Attempt 62. Tried hiding in freezer. It waited outside until 3:03. Killed me the moment I opened the door. Hundreds of entries. Years of trying to break a loop I didn't remember being part of. The last entry was dated 3 months ago. Attempt 208. Going to try meeting myself from the past. Warning him before 2:47. Maybe if he hides while I distract it, he survives and the loop breaks. This has to work. Below that in different ink, it didn't work. He survived past 2:47, but the loop didn't break. The diner isn't the trap. The shift is the trap. As long as we work here, we're stuck. Next attempt. Warn him about the manager. I looked up from the journal. The morning manager was standing in the doorway, watching me. His smile didn't reach his eyes. Find something interesting back there, Casey? I closed the journal. Just old inventory logs. He nodded slowly. Glad you're cleaning things out. Speaking of which, you're scheduled for overnight again this week. Tuesday through Thursday. That work for you? Tuesday. My blood went cold. I forced a smile. Actually, I was thinking of switching to day shifts. His smile widened slightly. For just a moment, I saw something flicker in his eyes, something that wasn't quite human. Sorry, Casey. We really need you on overnights. You're so good at it. Besides, you're scheduled through the end of the year. Wouldn't want to mess up the rotation. He turned and walked away. I checked my phone. Sunday. Tuesday was in 2 days. I flipped to the last page of the journal I hadn't read yet. Written in my handwriting. Shaky and desperate. If you're reading this, you survived long enough to find it. The manager is part of it. He keeps us on overnight, makes sure we're here at 2:47. I found employment records going back to 1957. Same manager, same name, same face in every photo. He's been running this diner for over 60 years. Below that, don't go back, don't work Tuesday. Break the pattern. It's the only way. I stared at those words. Tuesday in 2 days. Then, I noticed something on my phone. A photo in my gallery I didn't remember taking. The diner. Empty parking lot. My car visible through the window. I checked the timestamp. Tuesday, 2:46 a.m. Taken 2 days from now. A photo from the future. I scrolled through my gallery with trembling hands. More photos. All time-stamped for days I hadn't lived yet. The diner at 2:47 a.m. The freezer door. The destroyed kitchen. All taken from Tuesday. The Tuesday that hasn't happened yet. Or has it? I looked at the journal again. 10 years of entries. 208 attempts. But I only remember 6 months working here. What if I've already lived those 10 years? What if every loop wipes my memory and I start over thinking it's my first time? What if Tuesday isn't in 2 days? What if I'm already there, right now, and I just don't remember yet? I checked the date on my phone one more time. Sunday. But when I looked at the calendar on the wall, the one the manager updates every morning, the date circled in red was different. Tuesday. The man who orders the same meal at 2:47 every morning wasn't a customer. He was me, and he always will be.